Did you know that 85% of men today are oblivious to the signs of infidelity? Many guys get so caught up in their daily routines that they overlook the clues that could save them from heartache and wasted time. But here's the real kicker. Recognizing these signs is just the beginning. You need the mental fortitude to confront them head-on without flinching. This isn't about sowing seeds of paranoia or suspicion. It's about safeguarding yourself from investing in a relationship that's already on shaky ground. In this video, we're going beyond merely spotting the signs. We're diving into how to cultivate the mindset of a man who refuses to be blindsided. We'll explore the key phrases women often use when they're drifting away, the psychological reasons behind these behaviors, and how to maintain control over your reactions. Whether it's subtle hints or glaring red flags, by the end of this video, you'll be equipped to tackle each situation with confidence. Ready to reclaim your power? Type yes in the comments below, and let's get started. Number 1, the psychological truth behind infidelity. Cheating rarely begins with a single act of betrayal. It often starts in the mind, slowly and subtly. The reality is that infidelity isn't a snap decision. It's a gradual process. A woman doesn't just wake up one day and choose to cheat. It typically begins with small steps, an innocent text, shared laughter over an inside joke with a coworker, or a deep conversation with an old friend. The unfortunate truth is that many men overlook these signs. We tend to dismiss subtle changes in behavior, conditioned to believe that everything is fine unless proven otherwise. By ignoring these early signals, you risk being blindsided later on. So what's really happening? For many women, emotional neglect often precedes any physical infidelity. When a woman feels emotionally unfulfilled or disconnected, she might start seeking that connection elsewhere. This doesn't justify her actions, but it serves as a crucial reminder for men to recognize when things begin to slip. The unsettling part? Many men choose to ignore these subtle signs until it's too late, clinging to the hope that everything will resolve itself. But hope is not a strategy. It's time to acknowledge these patterns to protect yourself from investing time and energy in a relationship that may already be fading. Imagine this. You're going through the motions of a long-term relationship. Life is busy with work, the gym, friends, and daily routines. Suddenly, you notice your partner seems different. Perhaps she's glued to her phone more often or sharing laughs over inside jokes you're not part of. When you ask about it, she casually replies, "Oh, it's just my coworker. He's really funny." You might shrug it off, reassured by your trust in her. But here's the hard truth. Sometimes that trust can blind you. Ignoring your gut instinct won't make it disappear. If something feels off, muster the courage to confront it. Avoid accusations or panic. Instead, remain aware and observant. Ask yourself, is she genuinely interested in connecting with me, or is her mind elsewhere? By tuning into these small shifts, you begin to reclaim control. You won't be caught off guard. Instead, you'll sharpen your awareness and recognize emerging patterns before they escalate. Number 2, so-and-so understands me so well. Let's take a closer look at a phrase that should always raise a red flag. So-and-so understands me so well. At first glance, it may seem harmless, but here's why it's worth your attention. When a woman emphasizes someone else's ability to understand her, she's signaling an emotional distance between you two. Healthy relationships rely on connection, and if she starts seeking that connection outside of you, it's a warning sign that can escalate. Imagine this scenario. You've been in a relationship for a few years, and things have settled into a comfortable routine. Then, out of nowhere, she begins to mention her coworker Dave more often. "Dave just gets me. He understands what I'm going through with work stress," she might say. Initially, you might dismiss it as her just venting. However, here's where many men miss the underlying message. By repeatedly bringing up another person as her emotional support, she's not merely sharing, she's forging a bond that competes with yours. When you hear this phrase, don't brush it off. Stay calm and collected, but take note of what it signifies. It's a prompt to assess your relationship. Are you in a situation where your partner is emotionally connecting with someone else? Overlooking these signs won't protect your relationship. It may do more harm than good. If your bond is strong, you should be her primary confidant. If she's finding that connection elsewhere, It's a wake-up call to confront the issue or, if necessary, reconsider the relationship. Communicate your awareness without coming across as confrontational. A simple, direct remark like, "I've noticed you've been talking about Dave quite a bit. Is there something I should know?" shows that you're observant and won't tolerate being sidelined. This is about maintaining your self-respect. Don't allow anyone to undermine your peace by making you feel secondary. Number 3, it's just friends. Watch out for this red flag. It's just friends. Let's clear one thing up. Everyone needs friends, and maintaining a social life outside of a romantic relationship is perfectly healthy. But here's where it gets tricky. The phrase "just friends" can easily blur the lines when boundaries are crossed. Unfortunately, this excuse has become one of the most common veils for infidelity. Picture this: your girlfriend starts talking about a new friend she's been hanging out with, lunch dates, concerts, late-night texts. When you bring it up, she brushes it off with a casual, "Oh, we're just friends. He's like a brother to me." At first, you might feel reassured, but soon you begin to notice subtle shifts. She seems more guarded when you inquire about her plans, and she shares laughs over inside jokes that leave you in the dark. In this scenario, many men fall into one of two traps. They either ignore their instincts, hoping the situation resolves itself, or they react out of jealousy, inadvertently pushing her further away. The key? Stay grounded and keep your cool. Rather than letting emotions take the reins, focus on observing her behavior. Is she more invested in these friend outings than she is in spending quality time with you? Does she seem to prioritize him over your plans? These are the warning signs you should be attentive to. So, what's your move? Cultivate confidence, remain unbothered, and avoid letting jealousy distort your judgment. If she's deliberately carving out time for this friend, take a step back and let her actions reveal the truth. Real confidence isn't about demanding answers. It's about being astute enough to recognize the underlying dynamics. Always remember, a woman who values her relationship will be transparent about her friendships with no need for secrets. If she dismisses your concerns or hides details, that's a clear indication she may not be fully invested. Show her through your actions that you refuse to be the backup option. This isn't about jealousy, it's about self-respect. Number 4, I need more space for myself. Next up, let's talk about the classic line, "I need more space." Now, while some breathing room in a relationship can be healthy, let's be real. When she drops this line out of nowhere, it usually means she's looking to create some distance, emotionally or physically. In other words, it's a subtle test of how much freedom she can take without you noticing or resisting. Picture this scenario. You're in a relationship that seems to be going well, and then she suddenly says, "I just feel like I need a little more space to focus on myself." If this comes out of the blue, it's a red flag worth investigating. She might be reconnecting with old friends, diving into new hobbies that don't include you, or quietly pulling away in ways that aren't immediately obvious. While needing space isn't inherently negative, a sudden request for it often signals something deeper at play. Most men instinctively panic, fearing they've done something wrong. But here's the key. Don't panic, and don't beg for explanations. Give her the space she asks for, but make it clear that your self-respect is non-negotiable. Avoid being the guy who anxiously waits around, hoping she'll return. Instead, use this time to refocus on your own goals, whether that's your fitness, your finances, or expanding your social circle. This approach does two important things. It demonstrates that you have a fulfilling life outside of her, and it reinforces your own self-worth. Here's a practical move. Let her take her space, but don't hit pause on your life. Start making plans, invest in yourself, and let her wonder what you're up to. This isn't about playing games, it's about protecting your own value. If she genuinely cares for you, she'll notice you're not just waiting around, and she'll realize that her request for space doesn't diminish your worth as a high-value man. And if she doesn't come back, it's clear her intentions were never aligned with yours in the first place. Remember, a woman who truly wants to be with you won't feel the need to test your patience. Stand firm, hold your ground, and don't sacrifice your time or peace for someone who isn't sure of their place in your life. Self-respect isn't about control, it's about knowing when to walk away. Number 5, I'm working late. One of the oldest excuses in the book is, I'm working late tonight. At first glance, it seems reasonable. After all, many people have demanding jobs in our fast-paced world. However, when this becomes a regular pattern, especially accompanied by vague explanations and a lack of transparency, it's a significant red flag. Imagine this. Your partner once had a steady work schedule, with an occasional late night thrown in. Lately, though, it seems work consumes her evenings more than ever. When you inquire about it, she dismisses your concern with a casual, "You know how it is, just busy with deadlines." While that might sound plausible, pay close attention to her behavior when she returns home. Is she distant, fatigued, disinterested, or glued to her phone? People who genuinely care about their relationships prioritize time together, regardless of their workload. We all have the same 24 hours in a day, and even the busiest individual can carve out a few moments for someone special. So if she's consistently unavailable, it may signal a shift in her priorities, not just her job. Look for patterns. This isn't about nitpicking every little occurrence. It's about recognizing when something feels off. If late nights have become her norm, consider whether this behavior is typical or a recent change. A good partner respects your need for communication. If she responds with defensiveness or secrecy, the issue lies with her, not you. The reality is this: a woman who values her relationship will be transparent about her schedule. She won't hide behind her work. She'll communicate, reassure, and make time. Don't be the guy left in the dark, making excuses for her absence. Acknowledge when it's time to ask questions, and if necessary, establish boundaries to protect your time and self-respect. Her actions speak volumes. Trust what you see, not just what you hear. Number 6. Maybe time apart will help. One of the hardest phrases for a man to hear is, "Maybe we need some time apart." This often signals the beginning of the end, even if she doesn't openly acknowledge it. When someone suggests a break, it's a clear indication they want space to explore their options without entirely letting go of the security your relationship provides. It's a way of keeping you on standby while they figure out what they really want. Picture this: things have been tense, maybe a few arguments have surfaced, and then, out of the blue, she says, "I think we should take a break to figure things out." Here's the hard truth. In many cases, a break isn't about mending the relationship. It's an opportunity for her to see what else is out there while keeping you as a safety net. Harsh? Yes. True? Absolutely. So how should you respond? Let her have her break, but don't just sit idly by. If she needs space, grant it to her fully and completely. Resist the urge to text, call, or chase after her. Make it clear that while you respect her need for distance, you're not going to wait around, hoping she'll return. This isn't about playing games. It's about preserving your dignity and establishing a boundary. Here's what usually happens next. When a woman realizes you're willing to walk away, she has to confront the reality of potentially losing you. If she values the relationship, she may return with a renewed commitment. If not, you've saved yourself time and heartache. Always remember, you are not a backup plan. If she isn't fully invested in you, it's better to know sooner rather than later. Stand your ground, respect yourself, and don't let anyone make you feel like an option. Number 7, you deserve better than me. One of the toughest phrases a man can hear is, "You deserve better than me." At first glance, it may seem like a compliment, but let's be real. This often hides deeper feelings of guilt. When someone isn't fully invested or has something to hide, they may deflect responsibility by framing their own worthlessness instead of addressing their actions. It's a way of saying, "I'm not all in, but I don't want to be the one to end this." Consider this. Why would someone who truly values you suggest you deserve better? If they genuinely cared about the relationship, they would be focused on improving it, not pushing you away with thoughts of someone else being better for you. This phrase frequently serves as a soft exit, a way to let go without owning up to their lack of commitment. When you hear, "You deserve better," see it for what it is, a signal that they are disengaged. Resist the urge to argue or convince them of your worth. Instead, assert your own value. A strong response could be, "I know what I deserve, and I deserve someone who is all in." The crucial point here is not to get drawn into their self-doubt or guilt. Stand firm in your self-worth, and remember that you deserve someone who appreciates and respects you. Don't try to fix their insecurities or persuade them to stay. A high-value man knows his worth and won't settle for anything less than full commitment. By maintaining your stance, you send a powerful message. Your self-worth is non-negotiable. Number 8. Nonverbal signs of emotional detachment. Sometimes, the most telling signs are unspoken. Body language, tone of voice, and subtle shifts in behavior can convey emotions more powerfully than words. When someone is emotionally withdrawing, you'll likely notice a change in their demeanor around you. Perhaps they avoid eye contact, their tone lacks warmth, or they seem distracted during your interactions. These are not mere coincidences. They signal a growing emotional distance. Recall the last time you were together. Did she seem more engrossed in her phone than your conversation? Has she stopped leaning in during discussions, instead crossing her arms or pulling away from physical contact? These changes may seem small, but they indicate something significant has shifted. So, how should you respond? Instead of confronting her about every little alteration, observe quietly. Acknowledge the changes internally, but don't let them undermine your confidence. Actions often reveal intentions long before words do. If she's creating space, resist the urge to rush in and fill that gap. Instead, allow her behavior to clarify her feelings. A high-value man doesn't chase after affection or validation. If she's pulling away, give her that space. Demonstrate that you've noticed the distance, but you're not desperate to bridge it. This isn't about playing games, it's about preserving your self-respect. Show her that you don't rely on her attention to feel secure. Your calm, composed reaction will convey much more than any words could. If she genuinely cares, she'll take the initiative to close that distance. If not, you've gained valuable clarity without uttering a word. Number 9. Managing emotions without losing control. One of the toughest hurdles when confronting potential betrayal or signs of infidelity is managing your emotions. The pain of betrayal is undeniable, and it's all too easy to let feelings like anger, insecurity, and frustration take the reins. However, here's the stark truth. Allowing your emotions to dictate your reactions is a guaranteed way to surrender power in any situation. A man who cannot manage his responses becomes vulnerable to manipulation and remains at the mercy of external factors. Let's be clear, feelings of anger, jealousy, and insecurity are completely natural, especially when you sense something amiss in your relationship. The key distinction between average guys and high-value men lies in how they respond to these emotions. High-value men acknowledge these feelings but refuse to let them steer their actions. They don't allow fleeting emotions to erode their self-worth or disrupt their inner peace. Picture this. You notice your partner pulling away. Perhaps she's spending more time with friends or being vague about her plans. Your instinct might be to confront her, demand answers, or lash out in frustration. But the reality is that impulsive reactions rarely yield the desired outcome. Instead, they often confirm her suspicions about your insecurity, driving her further away. This is where emotional discipline comes into play. Recognize feelings of jealousy or anger, but refuse to let them control you. Use these emotions as cues to redirect your focus on your goals, your fitness, your financial growth. Emotions are energy, and you have the power to channel that energy into personal strength rather than weakness. A man who masters his emotions is not easily rattled or manipulated. When you maintain a calm and composed demeanor, you send a powerful message. You do not rely on anyone's validation for your peace of mind. That self-assuredness is magnetic. By keeping your cool, you regain control, allowing for clearer insights into your relationship. If she's truly invested in you, your composed approach will make her reconsider jeopardizing what she has. Conversely, if she's not, you'll possess the clarity to make informed decisions without being clouded by temporary feelings. Remember, true power resides in self-control, and that journey begins with mastering yourself. Number 10. Building resilience and self-empowerment beyond infidelity. Every challenge we face in life, particularly something as deeply personal as infidelity, is an opportunity to cultivate resilience. Life isn't about sidestepping difficulties. It's about how you confront them and emerge stronger. In relationships, while betrayal and warning signs can be excruciating, they also serve as some of the most invaluable lessons you'll ever encounter. They illuminate areas for personal growth, highlight what truly matters, and most importantly, reveal your inner strength. Let's be clear, resilience isn't just about surviving, it's about transforming every setback into a catalyst for becoming a better, stronger, and more self-aware man. When you recognize red flags, endure betrayal, or navigate the heartache of a relationship ending, that's your moment to double down on self-improvement. Use these experiences to sharpen your ambitions, clarify your values, and actively construct the life you desire. Don't waste your energy on anger or resentment. Those emotions only hold you back. Instead, channel your focus toward personal growth and take charge of your narrative. Picture this. You're in a relationship where uncertainty looms. You notice red flags and feel a swirl of disappointment and hurt. Rather than letting this define you, ask yourself, how can I use this experience to become stronger? Invest your energy into personal development, be it through physical fitness, career advancement, or skill building. Show her that you're not just a man who endures betrayal. You're a man who leverages every experience to emerge even stronger. Here's the reality. When you prioritize your own growth, you naturally attract people who respect that strength. A man who recognizes his worth and consistently evolves commands respect. By focusing on self-empowerment, you reinforce the idea that you don't need anyone's validation to feel valuable. That's resilience. That's true strength. And when you embody this mindset, you cultivate a life grounded in confidence, independence, and self-respect. So if you're facing red flags in a relationship or grappling with the pain of infidelity, treat it as a stepping stone, not a stumbling block. Commit to yourself that regardless of the circumstances, you will continue to grow, improve, and live by your own standards. This journey isn't just about relationships. It's about evolving into a man capable of handling whatever life throws at him with strength and dignity. Stay focused, stay strong, and always remember, your true value comes from within. Today, we've unpacked a lot. The signs, red flags, phrases, and behaviors that indicate a relationship might be slipping away. These truths can be tough to swallow, but they are essential for safeguarding your time, energy, and emotional well-being. Remember, this isn't about living in paranoia or fostering constant suspicion. It's about cultivating awareness and honoring your self-respect. Acknowledging these red flags empowers you to take control of your life, establish boundaries, and foster relationships rooted in respect and commitment. Here's the most crucial takeaway. Your self-worth is not tied to anyone else's loyalty. You possess the strength to stand firm, to walk away when necessary, and to uphold high standards. Every relationship is a choice, and you deserve someone who values, respects, and is fully committed to you. Don't settle for anything less than that. If you found this video helpful, please support us by subscribing. Join our community of men dedicated to growth, strength, and self-respect. Your support is vital in keeping this channel alive and in creating more content that resonates with you. Drop a comment below if these insights resonate with you, if you're ready to take action, and if you're committed to elevating your standards.